It was a crazy days. I mean, rock and roll, man. We did this Small Faces farewell tour. That's when Rod and Ronnie Wood was in the band, and we did their final farewell tour. And so it's kind of funny when we were doing this national tour, and we would pull up to say like a Four Seasons. We'd go to the lobby, and they would say, the horn section can stay here, but Rod and the band, they have to go because they were starting to throw TVs out the window of the hotel rooms from like the 13th story. That's what they were saying. I mean, we would with the horn section we'd end up staying at the Four Seasons, and they'd be at the Holiday Inn across town. And Holiday Inns in those days in the 70s weren't higher than 2 stories. And so you really couldn't throw a TV very far. But anyway, that it was a crazy era. It was the early '70s. And we were doing an outside show with them, and he was married to this Swedish movie star. Her name was Britt. She wanted to get a better view of the stage, so they put a 4x8 plywood sheet on a forklift that lifts, and then raised it up so she could kind of look at the stage, because it was an outdoor show, big stage, high, and so they steadied her and got her up there, but she was wearing a really short mini dress, and we were kind of standing around. I walked around, I looked up, and there she was. But anyway, we did this thing with Rod, and Ronnie went to the Stones, and he went on his own career. We did A Night on the Town, which Tom Dowd produced, and that was a big album. I think that was Rod's first solo album. We played on a couple of songs on that. I remember one of the names of the song was called Ball Trap, and that title was very intriguing, to say the least. Anyway, but I remember Rod describing what Ball Trap meant, and I can't demonstrate it here, but that this was the original Tower of Power horn section, and Lee Thornburg had not come on board yet. But Lee went on to do all the American Songbook records, the horn section, for those series of records he did. And then Lee also toured with Rod Stewart before he got in our band in Tower. So it's kind of funny how that all goes circular, But for Lee telling me a funny story about how when he was in the band, the new guy in the band would get pranked. They'd go out to the gig, or somebody would take the new guy out to get a couple of drinks down at the bar in the lobby, and they'd get his room key, go in his room, remove every item of furniture from the room, take all the light bulbs out, his clothes, his luggage, everything was gone. Gone. They put it in one of the other guys' room. The bed was gone. Everything was gone. Sometimes they'd knock on the door, pull him out, and duct tape him to the door of his hotel room in the hall. And there's this other one. Every time they played in Milwaukee, they stayed at the same hotel. I don't know if it's true. Lee told me this. There was a guy that was transvestite, and he hung out at the bar, and they arranged for the new guy to sit next to him or her. And they started talking, they started having drinks together, and eventually they went up to his room. And the next morning, we were getting on the bus, and they said, "Hey, how did it go last night?" It was a crazy days. I mean, rock and roll, man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.